super automotive values from Sears. The Sears 36 battery is now on sale. It's loaded with starting power and it's maintenance free. At only $37.99 with trade-in, you save $7 on Sears 36 battery. Save now on SuperGuard steel belted radios. Steel belted strength, smooth ride, radio performance, super values too. Save $40 to $76 on a set of 4. At Sears, where America shops for value.
Following the game, be with us for live U.S. Open action from Flushing Meadow, New York. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
Keep in mind that right here on CBS, you'll see U.S. Open tennis following the telecast of this football game from here at the Superdome. Erxleben is kicking off. Pearson, Kane, and Pradmore are deep. Pearson takes it up to 17, dribbles it up to the 20, 25, 30. Pearson stopped at the 32-yard line. And it was Ralph McGill who made the stop. The Saints have now scored 31 points this afternoon, and the most points the Saints had ever scored on a Falcon team coming into today's game was 30 in 1976, and they beat the Falcons 30-0. Bubba Bean and William Andrews in there for Steve Bartkowski, 15 for 22. Andrews. Just across the 35-yard line. It'll be second and about 7.
And again, the Atlanta Falcons in the double wing, and they've been successful with it in the first half, so why do anything different, Lindsey? Trying to get that man-to-man set up on one of the corners.
Speaking of the competition between these two teams, the Falcons scored 62 points on the Saints back in 1973 when the Falcons won 62-7. To the 41-yard line, Bubba Bean carried.
Derlin Moore on the tackle, very close to the first down, and thinking maybe a little bit short. Philadelphia, 6-point lead over the New York Giants, fourth quarter. And Minnesota, 2 touchdown passes I know of by Tommy Kramer. Fourth quarter, they've gone in front of the 49ers, 21-16. And look at this one. Houston. We're behind by 11 points. Now it's fourth quarter. We don't know how much time is left. Houston in front by 2.
Third down on a yard to go. Double tight end alignment for the Atlanta Falcons. McKeska's in there, along with Mitchell. Francis in motion across.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Alex Price led the defensive charge.
It depends on where that head lineman says the forward progress stopped.
William Andrews took it, but he was hit and thrown back. So now, where are you going to spot it and then look and see whether or not it's a first down? They're going to bring out the chain. That's what. That was a third down play.
Good defense, even if they made it. They really stopped the offense, the offensive lineman from Atlanta coming off the football there. Barely got it, or did he? I mean, they have to take another look at this.
First and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. Now the scantest of margins.
And that is just a judgment call on the part of the head linesman. There's no way in the world that out of 100 calls he can be exactly right. It's just a guess on where he thinks that forward progress stopped.
Well, that's the kind you make in a hurry. It's first and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. Bartkowski back now. Goes long. And it's incomplete. Jenkins, the intended receiver. Ricky Ray was the cornerback over there.
Oh, what an arm. You'd think with a fracture of the index finger on his hand, they were really in doubt of whether Bartkowski was going to be able to throw the football with efficiency today. And right here, he just uncorked one of the strongest throws we've seen in many years. That ball was about 65 yards right on the line, and Jenkins had his man beaten down the sideline.
If he was any stronger, it'd be in Claiborne Street.
And Miami now is going ahead of Buffalo 9-7. That is the final now. Miami has beaten the Bills 9-7.
Second down and 10 yards to go. Try the draw play. And Andrews gets to midfield. The rookie from Auburn. David Gray brought him down. Saints are leading 31-20. 7 minutes, 47 seconds left in the third quarter.
And it's a typical Packer-Bear game in Chicago. 6-0. A couple of field goals by Bob Thomas.
Third down and about 2 yards to go. So can the Falcons keep their drive alive? Double tight end again. Keska's in there. He's close to it.
I think he got it. Bubba Bean.
Bubba Bean. They're going to bring out the chain and measure.
I say he got it. Close again.
Oh, yeah, you got the good eyes. He made it by a quarter of an inch.
Easy.
First and 10. 7 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Saints have an 11-point lead. Bartkowski brings the Falcons up.
He's open.
Jenkins. Incomplete. Alfred Jenkins. David Gray was the cornerback.
Bartkowski twice in this series of downs, Lindsey, since they took the football back, has had man open for touchdown. Here's play action here. He had to throw it under a heavy rush. You can see Jenkins has got David Gray beaten by a step right there, right off his fingertips. It would have been a great catch. But it was a great pitch under circumstances. He was really rushed. He got hit just as he released the football.
2nd and 10. Bean is going out to a wide right. Andrews. A yard and a half short. Fettersfield.
I tell you, he's really helped them out, Lindsey, especially on the last 2 attempts at a first down. Bartkowski has gone for the bomb on first down, and Andrews has come back on each occasion on second down and almost picked up the first down in second. It'll be 3rd and short again.
Yard and a half, and we're in one of those things again, and it's double tight end, Mitchell and McKeska. Can they keep the drive alive? Can the Saints close them out? Bubba Bean. He was struggling. Now again, the head linesman has to mark it. The head linesman has to mark it and spot it.
Well, 3 in a row. He made the last 2 by inches. He might be an inch or 2 short this time. Andrews, incidentally, his first appearance in the National Football League, just been outstanding for the Falcons. 84 yards and 18 carries. 4th down, they'll go for it.
4th down and about 2 feet short. At the 39-yard line of New Orleans, the Atlanta Falcons will try to keep their drive alive.
Oh, this is where you got to gut it up in an offensive line. You know everybody will be hitting the gaps and blitzing.
Andrews and Bean. Andrews, 1st and 10. He picked it up, and the Atlanta Falcons maintained possession. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
Ground level shot. Watch that offensive line come off the football. He's going to hand off the right side to Andrews. Bubba Bean's in front, and Andrews goes up and over. He only needed about 6 inches. Got it easily.
Andrews and Bean are still the setbacks. Jenkins is out to the far right. Incomplete to Wallace Francis. David Gray covering.
Good hit.
Second and 10 at the 36. It occurs to me that we spent last Christmas Eve watching these Atlanta Falcons beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Atlanta in the first round of the NFC playoffs.
We sure did. And I'll tell you, Atlanta had just a super year. You know, and of course, if you're talking about the New Orleans Saints, they really feel they have the best opportunity to have a winning season this year. They never have had a winning season here in New Orleans. And I tell you, with the people they have, the skilled people, especially on offense, I think they're going to have a winning season.
Last year, they were 7-9. Lost 2 to Atlanta. Double wing alignment. Andrews just keeps driving. Derlin Moore on the tackle. It'll be third and about 5.
Bartkowski has converted 6 of 10 third down situations. Good percentage, 60%. The Saints 3 out of 5.
John Reese, Clarence Chapman coming there defensively for New Orleans. Dennis Pearson is coming now for Atlanta. Russ McCusker.
I tell you, Andrews has really impressed me, Lindsey. He's a good blocker. And for a rookie, looks like he's got a lot of boys out there. He's all alone in this double wing.
And it's complete. Francis took it for the first and 10, and Atlanta retains possession at the 22-yard line. A pressure pass. San Francisco 22, Minnesota 21, and that's in the fourth quarter.
They got a good one going up in Bloomington. Kramer's thrown 2 touchdown passes, taking over, of course, for Fran Tarkenton, who retired.
Falcons have the ball at the Saints' 22-yard line. Andrews and Bean. Bean is a wide receiver to the right side as they're in the double wing set. Bartkowski.
Wide open.
Touchdown, Francis. Wallace Francis beat Ricky Ray.
Steve Bartkowski got enough time to throw the football. Wallace Francis beat one of the rookies downfield. The New Orleans Saints, because of injuries, have had to put 3 first-year men back in that secondary, and Bartkowski just looking around. Look at this move by Wallace Francis on a corner move, came back in and was wide open for the 6th.
Conversion attempt coming now. Tim Mazzetti is attempted with John James holding. The Atlanta fans who came here for this ball game are happy, and they show it.
I tell you, the Falcons, you got to give them credit. They will not quit. What a football game.
And it's good. So, as they come back up the field, it is the New Orleans Saints 31, the Atlanta Falcons 27, 3 minutes 52 left to play in the third quarter.
Hey, don't worry. They just got lucky.
I'm sorry. I let us down.
Forget it. We'll beat them next week.
No, I really let us down.
Come on. How about a Michelob Light, huh?
Michelob makes a light beer? Sure.
The good taste of Michelob Light. Don't just compare it to other light beers. Compare it to your regular beer. It's that good.
This Michelob Light is great. Hey, you know what our real problem was today?
Yeah, you were terrible.
Good taste runs in the family.
A storm-damaged house, and a lady and her plants have a problem.
Everything will be all right. I hate lying to him, but I haven't got the money to fix this. And you know how long the insurance could take.
Not with Allstate. Allstate has more professional claims specialists than any other company to make sure your settlement is fair and fast.
I'll call your contract.
That didn't take long.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us. In good hands, people.
As the Falcons scoring drive.
Bartkowski, 3 touchdown passes. 2 to Wallace Francis. 1 to Alfred Jenkins. And we've got a humdinger here at the Super Bowl.
Tim Mazzetti is kicking off. Chandler is at the 4, the 5, the 10 to 15. Chandler stopped at the 17-yard line. It is Tom Moriarty. Moriarty was downfield.
There's Tom Moriarty, number 45, right on the special team. Somebody just obliterated the screen in front of the return man. I didn't get his number, but it looked like he almost got killed.
So now the Saints get it again. First and 10 at their own 17, and Archie Manning is the quarterback. Muncie and Galbraith are the setbacks, and Archie wants a little quiet. We haven't had any of that since about high noon today at the Superdome. Galbraith to the 21-yard line.
Here's the final. The Houston Oilers came back in the last half to edge the Washington Redskins by 2.
Second down, 6 yards to go here. The ball is at the 21-yard, well, it's near the 22-yard line.
And Lindsay, it looks as if this football game is going to go down to the wire.
Harris. Ike Harris. Knew where the sticks were and took it out of bounds. First and 10, and it's at the 28-yard line.
They're giving him that little short turnout, and Manning will go back to it. Harris caught about 6 or 7 passes today. Both these quarterbacks have just been outstanding.
No fumbles, no interceptions.
Unreal. No turnovers.
Really is.
Very few penalties.
Opening day of the new season.
That's right. There it is, 10 out of 14.
Manning.
Blitz. He's got it.
It's gathered in by Chandler. Chandler took it away from Bias.
I tell you, Wes Chandler, look at him. He's got his hand in the air. The best game he had last year was against Atlanta. He caught 7 for 117 yards, and he just must love to play against the Falcons. The Saints picked up the blitz, and Archie Manning, he knows he's got a man-on-man down the left sidelines. Look at this catch. Wes Chandler. Ricky Bias was all over Chandler, and he comes up with the... He's all right.
Second down, 10 yards to go. New Orleans at the Atlanta 31-yard line.
Well, the Packers are finally on the board. 28-yard field goal by Chester Markle. It's 6-3 in the third quarter.
Manning. Childs incomplete.
Well, he'd like to have that one back. Childs was open on the right sideline. He could have led him to the inside there, Lindsay. We were watching the chicken go through his little number. Manning now 11 out of 17 for 201 yards, 1 touchdown. Third quarter, Dallas, 6-point lead over the St. Louis Cardinals.
Right here, the Saints are leading the Falcons 31-27. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This is 3rd and 10 at the 31-yard line. Manning. Incomplete. Penalty marker. Penalty marker. Ike Harris, the intended receiver. Roland Lawrence, the defender. That's Lawrence.
There's Lawrence. He may have pushed him. Ike Harris was cutting to the post. Interference. Let's see if we can pick it up.
1st and 10.
I'll tell you one thing, Harris was open too. Manning goes back, good pass protection, sets up in the pocket right here. You really can't see it, but he was pushed just a little bit before that. And now Lawrence looks around right away for the referee. I think he was expecting that flag to be thrown.
And it was, and it's 1st and 10 now for the Saints at the Falcons' 15-yard line. Now pass interference call. Muncie and Galbraith are still the setbacks. Chandler right, Harris left. Muncie fumbled the ball, but had the whistle blown. Don Smith got on the football, but it had been blown dead.
10 years ago, Lindsey, that would have been a fumble. The way they rule a fumble today, as soon as you go down, if the ball comes out of your grasp, when you hit the ground, the play's dead. It is absolutely dead. I went over this with Art McNally last week in New York, and they said, Paul, that's the way it was ruled 10 or 12 years ago. And I said, Art, I don't think so. In my estimation, I think years ago, if you hit the ground, the ball popped loose, it was a fumble. Today, it's different.
2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line. Harris across. Manning bootlegged and throws to the corner, and it is touchback. It is a touchback intercepted in the end zone by Frank Reed. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, Manning tried the same play that was successful in the first half. One of the linebackers grabbed a hold of him, and Frank Reed intercepted this in the end zone. Atlanta football when we come back to the Superdome.
Now, the best Zenith ever, System 3, is even better. Even better. The sharpest Zenith picture ever. Sharpest picture. An all-modular chassis designed to be the most reliable Zenith ever. Most reliable. And now, better sound. 4 speakers, audio jacks, even an audio control center. Better sound. Zenith System 3. System 3. Now, even better.
Now Ford, the long-distance champ, has the longest range of any pickup in America and the best pickup MPG. With a standard 19-gallon tank plus optional tank, you've got a 39-gallon capacity, which gives it an estimated range with optional overdrive transmission of 709 miles based on EPA rating. The estimated highway range is 946 miles. 1/3 the length of America on one fill-up. Tough Ford pickups, the longest range of any pickup in America. Ford, the long-distance champ. Saturday, September 15th, the CBS Sports Spectacular brings you action in the ring with Howard Davis. Action on the rink with top American skaters vying for national honors. Action on the road with the Italian Grand Prix. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
CBS Sports Spectacular resuming on Saturday, September 15th here on CBS. Now the Atlanta Falcons trail by 4. They have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. We are late in the 3rd quarter. Bartkowski still quarterbacking. A double wing set. Andrews gets it out to the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 there as Derlin Moore, along with Pat Hughes, made the stop. Clock is running with 45 seconds left in this period.
There he is, William Andrews, out of Auburn. Great performance for a rookie here. And Minnesota, who was winless in the preseason, wins by 6 over the San Francisco 49ers.
Bartkowski knocks this one off over the line, and it is a 1st down as Andrews took it. It was hit by Don Schwartz. 1st and 10 at the 31.
Oh, I liked it, Lindsey. Bartkowski looked the defense over, got his back circling out of the backfield. Andrews made a nice catch just as he was being hit. Everybody was covered, a little dump off right over the middle.
And now time has run out in this period. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with a score, Saints 31, Atlanta 27.
The great JCPenney Holiday Tire Sale is rolling. We're coming at you with the tires you need at prices you can't pass up. From now through Labor Day, you can save up to $128 on a set of 4 JCPenney steel-belted radios, or save up to $36 on a set of 4 Mileage Maker fiberglass-belted white walls. The great Holiday Tire Sale. Roll on into a JCPenney Auto Center and save.
Hi.
Hi.
Guess what? I just sold my first painting.
Oh, that's great.
Let's celebrate.
I was counting on it. Nothing less than Michelob Light.
Michelob makes a light beer?
Uh-huh.
All right.
The good taste of Michelob Light. Don't just compare it to other light beers. Compare it to your regular beer. It's that good.
This Michelob Light's really great.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what I should paint next.
How about the garage?
Oh.
Good taste runs in the family.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning at the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. There's Gumbo 3, the mascot of the New Orleans Saints. 1 quarter to go here, and it's 31-27 New Orleans leading, but the Atlanta Falcons have the ball. They have it first and 10 at their own 31-yard line as Steve Bartkowski brings them up. Andrews. The rookie running back from Auburn takes it across first and 10 before Don Schwartz brings him down. It is near the 45-yard line, the 44-yard line.
And he likes to run the football. He's over 100 yards rushing now, right off the right side. Look at the blocking. Warren Bryan, R.C. Thielemann doing the job over there. Tom Myers puts his head down and misses him with the poor tackle. Andrews picked up 23 yards and another big first down.
Started at the 46-yard line, first and 10. Bubba Bean. Headed up to about the 42. Andrews has gained 120 yards and 21 carries on his first day in the National Football League. Barry Bennett, Joe Fettersfield made the last tackle.
Lindsey, total offense for the first 3 quarters of this football game. Atlanta, 391 yards in offense. New Orleans, 390. 780 yards in offense.
Archie Manning waiting for his team to get the football again. Second down and 6 yards to go. By the draw play, and Andrews gets to the 38. Derlin Moore brought him down.
Kid's in great shape.
He must be. It'll be 3rd and 2. Andrews is 6 feet tall. He weighs 200 pounds.
He's caught 3 passes coming out of the backfield. He's blocked. There's his rushing stats. What a opening day for William Andrews.
McKeska's in double tight end alignment. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Bean. He's got the first and 10.
I'll tell you, stay right behind William Andrews. You're going to get it. He was going to run over somebody. I don't think anybody wanted a piece of him on the left side.
Myers and Fettersfield finally made the stop at his first down and 10 yards to go. Ball is outside the 33-yard line. Keep in mind that the Falcons driving now are trailing in the ballgame by 4 points. We are in the 4th quarter. Dickens to the left side, Wallace Francis to the right side. Bartkowski. And it is taken out of the backfield by Bubba Bean, and Bubba Bean's at the 15-yard line.
What a beautiful call, Lindsey. They had the right call. They blitzed the left linebacker, and of course that left Bean wide open in the right flat. Look here, he fakes to the fullback. You can't see the blitz, but it was picked up, and Bubba Bean is just all alone over here. Picks up 18 yards for another first down.
They had Mayberry in for one play. Haskell Standback has come in now. Standback is the up back in front of Bubba Bean. Bubba Bean gets to the 10-yard line. Fettersfield racks him up there. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 10 for Atlanta. $11 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in this game. New Orleans 31, Atlanta 27. This is a 2nd down play coming. 5 yards to go for a first down. It's at the 10-yard line.
Oh, and Atlanta has come storming back here.
Standback. First down for Haskell Standback.
Oh, they're just blocking them. Lindsey, they're just coming off the football and controlling the line of scrimmage. That offensive line is really blocking. Watch the right side over here. Warren Bryan, R.C. Thielemann just right off the right side. 24 Haskell Standback. What a hole.
Standback has gone out, and William Andrews has come back in. Russ McKeska comes in double tight end alignment, 1st and goal, inside the 5-yard line. 10.5 minutes left to play in the game.
No need to go upstairs, Lindsey, when you're blocking at the line of scrimmage like that. Picking up 6, 7 a crack.
Andrews ahead of Bean in the I formation. Andrews, touchdown!
Well, they just killed New Orleans. The line of scrimmage. Warren Bryant, 68 as R.C. Thielemann. Jeff Van Notes, the center. Watch the middle of that offensive line for Atlanta block. All it is right up the middle. They just trapped. The center block to his left. Dave Scott got a standoff block, and Andrews right up the middle.
So now Atlanta has taken the lead, 33-31. They moved 80 yards in 10 plays. Conversion attempt coming now, as Eddie will attempt it with James holding. Eddie's kick is good. So it is the Falcons 34, the Saints 31.
Here it is again. There's big number 70, if you could see, the left guard. What a hole for William Andrews, and the rookie from Auburn scores.
And we'll return to the Superdome after this word from your local station.
There's great comedy coming your way when Jim Belushi and Michael Keaton star as a lovable pair of working stiffs. Two zany janitors bumbled their way up on Working Stiffs, new this fall on CBS.
Mazzetti will kick off. Wes Chandler, Rich Marty, Jack Holmes, vicinity for the New Orleans Saints. Chandler at the goal line, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and he is stopped at the 20-yard line.
Flags all over the place.
Penalty markers everywhere. Clipping indicated on the run back against the New Orleans Saints.
They got a new rule this year on punt returns, kickoff returns. You cannot block below the waist. You're going to see a lot of these this year, folks. And I tell you, that's not Wes Chandler, is it?
That's Wes Chandler.
It is. Well, he's all right.
Penalty puts the ball back at the 7-yard line. Since it occurred on the run back, it'll be first down and 10 yards to go at the 7.
Personal foul. Clipping number 68 on the run back.
That's Freddie Stewart, number 68, the backup guard.
Here's the last drive of the Falcons that put them out in front by a score of 34-31. They have a 3-point lead. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the game, and now the New Orleans Saints see what they can do about moving it. They have moved it rather well most of the day. Archie Manning. Muncie. No gain. Frank Reed on the tackle. 2nd and 10 at the 7-yard line.
But Edgar Fields, the defensive tackle, really stopped the play. He didn't tackle Muncie behind the line of scrimmage, but he slowed up the play and enabled the pursuit to catch Muncie. There he is, Edgar Fields, going off.
And replaced by McLean. Saints have the ball, but they have it in poor field position. 2nd and 10 at their own 7. Now the draw play. Muncie again. Moves out to about the 14. Frank Reed on the stop. Going to be spotted back at the 13. Gain of 6 will make it 3rd and 4. So a third down play coming here for the New Orleans Saints.
And a big one.
It is that. 9.5 minutes left to play in this game. Falcons are leading 34-31. 3rd and 4.
Looks like they're going to double up on both the outside receivers.
Incomplete. Intended for the tight end Childs, who was double teamed by Kuykendall and Reed.
Good pass defense that time, just a little bit too high. Henry Childs could have come up with a very big catch right there. It was in his hands, but he was popped pretty good.
So Russell Erxleben comes in to do the punting. He'll be punting from his own end zone. Dennis Pearson is dropped back, standing at his own 46-yard line to field the ball. Erxleben. Pearson has it at the 45. At the 40. Hit hard at the 39-yard line. There's a penalty marker. Jim Kovash. Going to be a kick, clipping on the run back.
Oh, that was a good tackle by the rookie from Kentucky, Jim Kovash. Nice break for the Saints here. Atlanta had good field position.
Clipping, number 65 on the run back.
Don Smith. So now it is 1st and 10, and the ball is on the 45-yard line. We have 9 minutes, 6 seconds left to play in the game. The Falcons are leading 34-31.
It's official. Ford's answer to rebates, the largest incentives ever available to its dealers. The biggest clearance offer in Ford history just got bigger. See your Ford dealer and discover how many hundreds of dollars you can save on new trimmer LTDs, Mustang pace car replicas, elegant Thunderbirds, tough V8 pickups, vans, Broncos, Rancheros. Compare the total Ford deal with any other. You may well find it's the best value overall.
You can make the most of wood's natural good looks with True Test Woodsman latex stains from True Value hardware stores. The solid color latex enhances wood texture while it hides imperfections. Semi-transparent latex enhances the texture but also lets the beautiful wood grain show through. And both latex stains dry quickly to a protective flat finish. Right now, both Woodsman latex stains are just $6.97 a gallon during True Test Paint and Save values only at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Great tackle here by the rookie from Kentucky, Jim Kovash, middle linebacker behind Joe Fetterspiel.
So now Atlanta has a 3-point lead, and they have the ball at their own 45-yard line. And a double wing alignment. Bartkowski waits for the snap. Popped just inside the 50-yard line. As Jenkins took it, he was hit by David Gray, number 21.
Alfred Jenkins' 7th catch of the day. He's about 130 yards in reception.
2nd and 4 for Atlanta, and they held the ball now at the New Orleans 49-yard line. The Saints, of course, want that defense to dig in and give them the football. 8.5 minutes remaining to be played in the game. Double wing on. Andrews to the 44-yard line.
Good hard running. He's over 130 yards rushing now. William Andrews, number 31.
And he got a first down.
Rapano, the Philadelphia Eagles over the New York Giants by 6. And Green Bay and Chicago, a typical Bear-Packer game in the 4th quarter. Seattle's taking an early 3-0 lead over the San Diego Chargers, first quarter.
1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Saints' 44-yard line. Bubba Bean. Gets it down there near the 35. Price made the stop.
The boos are starting against that defensive unit. The Atlanta Falcon offensive line has just done a superb job here in the second half of controlling the line of scrimmage. Watch this. Here it comes right off the right side. Alex Price gets blocked to the inside. Now notice the linemen continuing with their balance, continuing upfield. Now even though R.C. Thielman eventually missed that block, he had to tackle 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 2 yards to go for the Falcons. They held the ball at the New Orleans 36-yard line. Andrews and Bean. Bubba Bean got the first down at the 30-yard line. Pat Hughes made the stop. With Tom Meyer.
Another first down rushing, and more importantly, it's going to take 30 seconds off that clock. Every first down rushing will take a minute and a half off.
Clock is running with 6 minutes 40 seconds left to play in the game. The Atlanta Falcons are leading by 3 points, 34-31, and they have the ball first and 10 at the New Orleans 30-yard line. Francis and Jenkins are double to the left side. Bean is flanked to the right side for Bartkowski. Bubba Bean incomplete. Second and 10 at the 30. Incompletion, of course, stops the clock.
And, Lindsay, let's don't forget the game that this young man has played, Bubba Bean. He's got 63 yards rushing. He's played the flanker a lot on that double wing. And he has just been sensational also for the Atlanta Falcons on offense.
Incompletion stopped the clock with 6 minutes 15 seconds left to play. Before a full house at the Superdome in New Orleans. Andrews and Bubba Bean, the setbacks for that man, Steve Bartkowski. Andrews just keeps right on driving to the 11-yard line.
I tell you, this young man's got my vote for the NFL Player of the Week. If anybody else in the National Football League is going to have a better day than William Andrews, I don't know who he is. Here he is again. And I tell you, we're going to learn about this guy. You cannot arm tackle William Andrews. Great balance. He's got the first down on this 18-yard pickup. 151 yards, 26 carries.
William Andrews, a young man, a native of the state of Georgia, who played his college football at Auburn and then came back to Georgia with the Atlanta Falcons and has had a great afternoon. First and 10 now. For the Falcons at the 11-yard line of New Orleans.
Blocked well and caught passing.
Bubba Bean squeezes into the 9-yard line. Second and 8 at the 9. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in this game. The Atlanta Falcons are leading by 3 points and driving. Second down, 8 yards to go. They have it at the 9-yard line of the New Orleans Saints.
Lindsay, the last 2 series, the Falcons have not used the pass. They've thrown maybe a couple of incompleted passes, but they just run the football right down New Orleans' throat.
Bartkowski. And he is scissored. Scramble is on.
Well, I don't agree with that call. Bartkowski just hung there in the pocket. Let's see who's got it. They were moving the football.
New Orleans gets the ball. New Orleans. Elias Grooms gets the football. And New Orleans has taken over.
That's the first sack of this football game. And Bartkowski just hung up there in the pocket. He waited too long. They were moving the football on the ground, and he goes upstairs. A touchdown would almost win it for him. When we come back, New Orleans will have the football.
This baby's bound from Maine to Malibu, but I don't let her go nowhere without the treatment.
This is no car. This is a legend. And you better believe I give her the treatment.
STP oil treatment. Since 1964, over 500 million cans have been sold. No other brand even comes close. So do what millions do. Give your car
the treatment from STP.
This sweetheart gets a treat, and this sweetheart gets the treatment.
Over 600,000 Americans have chosen Ford Fairmont, a standard of value. They've chosen Fairmont for its room for 5, most room for the money of any car. Its attractive price, the lowest sticker price in its class, its excellent mileage, and handsome styling. Every minute of every working day, someone chooses Fairmont. Fairmont, sedans, wagons, Futuras, America's proven value.
Following the game, be with us for live U.S. Open action from Flushing Meadow, New York. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
Season records.
Following the game, you will see U.S. Open tennis right here on CBS. The ball is now at the 17-yard line. New Orleans has it first and 10, 4 minutes, 32 seconds left to play. The Falcons are leading by 3 points. Archie Manning. And it is complete. Wes Chandler went up to make the catch. Wes Chandler made the catch. It's at the 44-yard line.
That woke the fans up here at the Superdome. Archie Manning didn't waste any time going to work on Rick Bias. He's worked on him all day long. Wes Chandler had a great day also. Here he goes up in the air. He's got the football. That's Ricky Bias on the stop.
3 minutes, 59 seconds left to play in this game. New Orleans first and 10 at their 44. That last play covered 27 yards. By the draw play, Muncie, 50, 45. Muncie on the draw to the 45-yard line. Dewey McClain brought him down.
And the Saints come roaring back.
Another first down. First and 10 for New Orleans at the Atlanta 45-yard line. The clock is running. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the game. The Falcons have a 3-point lead.
And, of course, I guess a rookie standing on the sidelines for the New Orleans Saints, number 14, Russell Ertzleben. Right now, Lindsay, he's going to be hoping they score a touchdown.
This is Galbraith. Galbraith to the 41-yard line. Again, a 4. It'll be second and 6. Frank Reed made the tackle. Keep in mind that the outside of this telecast this afternoon, we showed you 2 miracle plays that ended the 2 games between these 2 teams last year. This afternoon, we've had a whole afternoon of miracle plays, and we have 2 minutes, 42 seconds remaining on the clock. Time for plenty more as we approach the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 at the 41-yard line. Muncie side flips a tackler, side flips another. Still struggling. Did not get to the 6. Frank Reed brought him down. He's about the 37-yard line, maybe the 36 as they get it spotted.
Great power running by Chuck Muncie. You know, Lindsay, in a wide-open game like this, what's the most amazing fact? There's Russell Ertzleben standing on the sideline. A great kicker, their number 1 draft choice out of the University of Texas. You know what's unbelievable? Tony Galbraith has not caught a pass in this whole football game. He caught 74 last year.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. So it is Falcons 34, Saints 31 with 2 minutes to play.
October 25th, 1854. The British Light Brigade is ordered to attack from the flanks, but muddled orders result in a frontal attack, wiping out half the brigade. Someone was not listening. July 2nd, 1863. Confederate General Longstreet misinterprets General Lee's orders to attack, advancing 3 hours too late. A listening error that may have altered the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. The fact is, whether it be in battle, government, or industry, not knowing how to listen has always been one of man's greatest problems. And we at Sperry feel it's high time we recognized it, that we set up listening programs in our schools and businesses. And lest we forget how critical a problem it is, all we need do is look to the night of April 14th, 1912, when the crew of the Titanic was urgently warned of ice, but chose not to listen. Sperry, we understand how important it is to listen.
CBS affiliates watching today's game: WAFB in Baton Rouge, WJTV in Jackson, Mississippi, KLFY in Lafayette, and WTOK in Meridian. WKRG in Mobile, KNOE in Monroe, and WWL here in New Orleans. I know you've enjoyed this football game, and so have we. It is third down and a yard to go for the Saints. They have the ball at the 36-yard line of the Falcons. The Falcons lead 34-31. 2 minutes left to play in the ball game. Double tight on alignment now. Galbraith and Muncie.
They've got all their timeouts left.
Galbraith. First and 10. It is a first down for the New Orleans Saints inside the 35. Incidentally, Chuck Muncie has a new Saints record for individual yards gained in a game. He now has 149 and 18 carries. The old record was 148 yards by Alvin Maxson against the Cardinals back on December 8th of 1974. First down and 10 yards to go. Saints trail by 3 points. They have the ball at the 34-yard line of the Atlanta Falcons. Manning with a deep drop. And it is complete inside the 25-yard line and down to the 20. To his tight end, Henry Childs. Mike Reed made the tackle. It is a first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Boy, what a great release for Archie Manning of the real quick wrist action. He caught Henry Childs on that turn-in.
They're ready to go with 1 minute 15 seconds left to play. No huddle. He's calling the play right there. First and 10 for the Saints at the Falcons' 20-yard line. Even on the ground to Galbraith, and he loses a yard back to the 21. So now timeout has been called with the clock showing 1 minute 4 seconds. Falcons 34, Saints 31.
To drive through dirt and dust, good filters are a must.
You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Sure glad I installed new AC air and oil filters before we get into this mess.
I bet AC helps protect those babies too, huh, Dad?
If they're smart.
George!
Oh!
So when you gotta go, we're the name to know.
You can trust AC.
Thanks, AC.
Trust those filters by AC.
Thanks, AC.
Filters by AC.
Boy, did I save money on this hat.
Yeah?
We smart shoppers compare pricing.
Wish we could do that with our homeowner's insurance.
Compare with Allstate.
Compare?
Bring in your homeowner's policy and compare rates. Odds are Allstate might save you some money.
We can save you some money.
It does pay to compare.
Oh, it sure does. Love your hat. Oh.
Hey, where'd you get the hat?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
And that's a promise from us, the Good Hands people.
New this fall, catch California Fever, when every day is sun and fun and every night is something else. Jimmy McNichol and Mark McClure star in California Fever.
San Diego Chicken. Along the sideline, and like everyone else here, he's caught up in the frenzy of the afternoon. The Atlanta Falcons are leading by a score of 34-31. But the New Orleans Saints have the ball. Second down and 11 yards to go at the 21-yard line of Atlanta. Archie Manning calling the next play in the huddle. You see in set now the time remaining in this game. The clock starts on the snap. Galbraith and Muncie are the setbacks. Muncie's left, Galbraith's right. Muncie. Stopped outside the 15-yard line. Picked up about 5 or 6. Joey McClain made the stop.
Call another quick timeout. Muncie's going to come over and talk to Dick Nolan.
Clock shows 54 seconds left. This time has been taken. Atlanta leading 34-31.
Tom, what's new?
It's my birthday.
Really? Let me buy you a beer. Michelob Light?
Michelob makes a light? Well, it is my birthday.
The good taste of Michelob Light. Don't just compare it to other light beers. Compare it to your regular beer. It's that good.
Great present.
Least we could do.
We?
Surprise! How'd you know?
You told us last week.
And the week before that.
Good taste runs in the family.
It's official. Ford's answer to rebates, the largest incentives ever available to its dealers. The biggest clearance offer in Ford history just got bigger. See your Ford dealer and discover how many hundreds of dollars you can save on new trimmer LTDs, Mustang pace car replicas, elegant Thunderbirds, top V8 pickups, vans, Broncos, Rancheros. Compare the total Ford deal with any other. You may well find it's the best value overall.
Now you see the timeouts remaining in this ball game. 54 seconds on the clock, which will start on the next snap. Archie Manning has been over talking to Dick Nolan. He comes back into the huddle now. It is a third down play for the Saints. They have the ball 3rd and 6 at the Falcons' 16-yard line. And the Falcons have a 3-point lead. So this is the big play. If they don't get this one, then of course they go for the field goal to try to tie it and send it into overtime.
I'd go for the win. Safety blitz.
Well, he got it out there. Had to go in a hurry with the safety blitz on. Of course, he had to unload it, and it was not nearly deep enough. And so now here comes Erxleben on to try to tie the score.
If Wes Chandler would have picked that up, Manning could have released it right to the inside, and it could have been 6 right there. The flanker must watch the safety man on a situation like that. You see the safety blitz break right over the middle and could be 6.
51 seconds on the clock. Russell Erxleben, in his first year in the NFL, has made a 37-yarder today. This will be a 33-yarder.
I'd say this is great pressure for a rookie.
Burns is holding for Russell Erxleben. If good, it will tie the score.
Movement on the right side.
It's good. It's good.
Nope. There was
penalty marker. Penalty marker. It went through the uprights, but there is a penalty marker.
I think Alois Grooms moved. The right tackle moved just before the snap. He'll have to do it over.
Erxleben's kick went through the uprights and over the crossbar.
Well, we don't see it there. We've got to bring it back a little bit. But number 78 did come up out of his stance. He moved. Let's see if we can take it back all the way to the beginning, and you'll see him move and come up out of his. There he comes up. There's the movement right there.
So now it will be a 28-yard field goal attempt.
There he is.
A 28-yard field goal attempt by Erxleben. If good, it will tie the score. And this one is good. It's good. The rookie kicker did it twice in a row. The score is tied.
The ball was placed at the 28, Lynch, right clear to the goal line, a 38-yard field goal. And for a rookie in his first year in the league, he had a tough preseason. He only kicked 1 out of 3. And what pressure to come through. Well, had to be the biggest pressure kick he's ever kicked in his life coming into the pros.
38-yarder. He already had a 37-yarder. The score is tied, and we have 44 seconds left to play. Now, keep in mind that we showed you at the start of the day a couple of miracle plays in the closing seconds. We're just getting to the closing seconds. This may be the good part.
We've got, I guarantee you, we've got close to 900 yards in offense. Now, the record, in case you're wondering, you see so much offense today. It's over 1,100 yards back in 1950, the Rams against the New York Giants. 1,100 yards in offense. We're nowhere close to that, I don't believe. But what a day offensively, over 900 yards.
Erxleben will kick off. Pearson, Kane, and Pridemore are back there for the Atlanta Falcons. We've lost our video. We'll tell you about what's going on here. Pearson takes the ball at the 14 to the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30 to the 35. And he is brought down with a shoestring tackle at the 38-yard line. So now the Atlanta Falcons have it first and 10 at the 38. Ralph McGill made the shoestring tackle. So the Atlanta Falcons now get their team onto the field to take over on offense. First and 10, they have the ball at their own 38-yard line. 39 seconds remaining to be played on this ball game. The score is tied. The Saints 34 and the Falcons 34. 24-yard return of the kickoff by Pearson.
Bartkowski, who's just been outstanding all day long, especially to his wide receivers, Alfred Jenkins and Wallace Francis. There they go.
They're in Big Ben left. They're in Big Ben left. 3 receivers to the left side. The play that won the ball game here last year. Bartkowski waits for the snap. Dropping back now. 3 receivers go downfield. Barkowski gets good protection. Passes up the middle to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and out of bounds to Jackson at the 39-yard line. Alfred Jackson took it. Don Schwartz brought him out of bounds, and so the clock is stopped with 30 seconds. Big Ben left. 3 receivers went deep. He passed short up the middle to Jackson.
And Jackson caught one of those Big Ben last-minute passes last year against the Saints. This time he's wide open, and Bartkowski, with all that time, watched Jackson get out of bounds and stop the clock with 30 seconds. Lindsey, the Atlanta Falcons still have those 3 timeouts left. And Tim Mazzetti's already kicked 2 field goals today.
Now it is first down and 10 yards to go for the Atlanta Falcons. They have the ball at the New Orleans 39-yard line. Bartkowski brings them up. William Andrews and Bubba Bean are the setbacks. Bartkowski rolling, setting. Moves back, ducks the tackler. Finally filled. He is sacked. Barry Bennett got to him. Back at the 47-yard line, timeout to stop the clock. Falcons spend the timeout with 23 seconds showing.
Oh, what a big sack by Mike Zeal, the rookie from Kent State.
Bennett, Barry Bennett, man who finally brought him down. And so the ball is back at the 47-yard line. It is second down and 18 yards to go, and the score is tied.
Here's Jerry Lewis for his kids.
Hi, you've probably been seeing this display a lot lately. They're in your 7-Eleven stores all over the country. And we've been asking you to help my kids by dropping by your neighborhood 7-Eleven and doing this. A little change could mean a big change for all my kids with muscular dystrophy.
And could you arrange to let me keep the change for my kids? Say, could you arrange?
Falcons have 2 timeouts remaining. The Saints have 1 timeout remaining. 23 seconds showing on the clock. When play is resumed, it'll be the Falcons with the ball second down and 18 yards to go at the 47-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. And the score, well, the score is tied. The Saints 34, the Falcons 34.
They need a couple of completed passes if they don't get enough on the first completion. They got time. They've got their timeouts left. And Mazzetti, of course, good field goal kicker. Let's see if they try to get it in field goal range. A lot of people probably wondering if they're going to go for the Big Ben down the sidelines. The score is tied. Here they go. They're going left.
Big Ben left with only Andrews left as a setback. 3 receivers to the left side. Bartkowski dropping back. Bartkowski's going to run it. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30. He hits the deck inside the 30-yard line. 12 seconds on the clock. They call time with 11 seconds left on the clock. Bartkowski saw an opening. He decided he'd try to get it within field goal range himself, and he is injured on the play.
He's shaken up. He tried to slide underneath. He got popped pretty good. But he picked up 18 big yards. He's going with the Big Ben down the sidelines. He gets underneath.
He got the first down.
Eloy Scrooms right there. He's going to get the first down. He really gets popped here. Slides underneath. That's Reggie Mathis, 56, the linebacker for the Saints, who put the blow on Bartkowski, and he's still down. What a football game. 11 seconds left, Lindsey. He's getting up.
Bartkowski is up. Being assisted over to the sidelines. His backup is June Jones.
Be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. Maybe 46. Line of scrimmage at the 29. They set it 7 yards back. That would be the 36-yard line. Be a 46-yard attempt. They've got time for maybe a quick turnout or something. That's June Jones.
Talking to his coach, Lehman Bennett. June Jones reports as he comes in to replace Bartkowski. 11 seconds on the clock, which will start again when the ball is snapped. The line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line. Score is tied 34-34.
Saints have to keep an eye out also for the run here. They get a 4 or 5 yard gain. That's a big 4 or 5 yards in this situation.
William Andrews is the lone setback.
They're going to use the sideline. Somebody's offside.
Penalty markers all over.
Took 4 seconds off the clock.
Illegal procedure against the Falcons. 7 seconds on the clock. That'll make it 1st and 15. And we'll move it back to the 34-yard line.
Legal procedure. That was tough. It cost them 5 yards instead of a 45-yard field goal.
Mazzetti is in to kick now. Mazzetti is in to kick. It's going to be about a 51-yarder.
51-yard field goal. There he is, Tim Mazzetti. Kicked 5 field goals on a Monday night game last year.
7 seconds to play. James will hold for it.
Listen to this crowd.
Short. It is no good. It is no good. 3 seconds on the clock.
That 5-yard penalty was the difference. If they hadn't been penalized 5 yards, I think it would have made that kick. It barely went under the crossbar.
I think you're right. Ball goes over, of course, at the line of scrimmage. And 3 seconds remain on the clock. Falcons get the ball 1st and 10 at the 34. Mazzetti's kick was long enough and accurate, but went underneath the crossbar. And as Paul Horning pointed out, it was perhaps the 5-yard penalty. Illegal procedure that cost him the distance. And the injury, of course, to Bartkowski, because the illegal procedure came with the new quarterback in, with a new cadence for the first snap.
So with 3 seconds left, Lindsey, 34 to 34, we're probably going to sudden death.
Well, now it is Big Ben left for the New Orleans Saints. They've got 3 receivers to the left side.
Remember, if there's an interference call, the game cannot end on a penalty.
Chandler went up. Chandler went up and got the ball. Chandler went up and got the ball. It is 1st and 10. Time has run out on the clock. And there's the gun, and we'll be going into overtime. Look at this again now.
There
3 receivers down here. Watch Chandler go for the ball.
The Saints are using what Atlanta beat them with last year. Big Ben left. And Manning just throws it up for grab, and somebody's going to go up with the football. Wes Chandler comes down with it. It's a completion, but time had run out.
So now the officials are in conference on either side of the field. Rules state that we will have a flip of the coin. We'll wait 3 minutes, and then we'll go into sudden death, and the first team that scores by any means will win the football game.
42 yards on that Big Ben pass to the left.
First, we get the flip to determine who will receive and get the football. The coin is in the air. So Atlanta takes the ball. Atlanta will receive. New Orleans will kick off after we have an intermission of 3 minutes. So, on opening day in the NFL here in New Orleans, we're going to go overtime, tied 34 all.
One thing I'll never compromise on, my tools. I go for the best, like this, or these. Yeah, Levi's blue jeans are tools. They fit your body like a good hammer fits your hand, nice and comfortable. And this Levi's denim is as tough as nails, a real value for the buck. Tell you, I wouldn't wear anything less than Levi's blue jeans, but then I don't skimp on tools.
Aren't those coals hot yet, Winslow?
Not yet, Grandma, but soon.
Listen, at my age, I can't wait forever. You need the edge.
It's the edge. It's a Kingsford edge.
Kingsford edges catch quickly because Kingsford has a special fast lighting ingredient. Fire spreads fast.
Kingsford's ready, Grandma.
Of course it is. Now skedaddle. A real cook's taking over.
For fast and easy barbecues, get the Kingsford edge.
I like her chili.
doesn't like me.
Feel better fast with Digel.
I like Devil Hound, but it doesn't like me.
Feel better fast with Digel.
With the ingredients in Digel, relief from acid indigestion and gas starts in less than a minute.
I like green banana. But they don't like me.
Feel better fast with Digel.
Digel relief starts in less than a minute.
More than 71,000 fans turned out at the Superdome this afternoon for a rematch between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints, knowing that last year these two teams played two of the most exciting games played in the National Football League last year. Well, they've done it again. And at the end of regulation play, Erxleben for governor, it says.
I tell you, he might well be if he kicks another field goal here in overtime. Bartkowski, we're going to see if he can't go, it'll be June Jones. Bartkowski's 20 out of 31 today for 283 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looks all right on the sideline.
The toss was won by the Atlanta Falcons. And the Falcons now deploy as Erxleben comes up to see about teeing up the football at the 35-yard line. Pearson has gone center deep. There's Bartkowski along the sideline. And as Paul Horning points out, he does appear to be all right. And the young man beside him, William Andrews, has had a fantastic afternoon. And Bubba Bean, just beyond him, 44, hasn't had a bad afternoon himself.
And on the other side of the fence, Muncie's broke the all-time rushing mark for the Saints in one game. Chandler's caught 6 passes for 205 yards. Jenkins for Atlanta's caught 7. Everybody just had just a super day offense.
Pearson is center deep. It is taken at the 11-yard line, and bobble picked up now by Kane, and Lynn Kane is stopped at the 15-yard line. Lynn Kane. And Rich Morty was down there to prevent him from any advance, and it is 1st and 10.
That's a big play, Lindsey. Lynn Kane, the rookie from USC, drops the football. Now, he caught the ball at the 13. Normally, you get a 15 or 18-yard run back on something like that. They would have had good field position about the 30-yard line. Now, the Saints have them backed up inside the 20.
They have it at their own 16-yard line. The first team that scores by any means wins the football game. Bubba Bean and William Andrews. Bartkowski handing it off to Andrews.
Look at that. He just
Don
won't go down.
He certainly won't as he's managed to spin his way up to the 20-yard line. For 4, it'll be 2nd and 6. Bartkowski is quarterbacking the Atlanta Falcons. The name of the game in sudden death overtime, or sudden victory, as you will, is to get the football.
And get it close for somebody to kick a field goal, most likely.
It's the way many of them end. It is 2nd and 6 at the 20. Bartkowski going long to Francis, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tom Myers. Tom Myers to the 45, to the 50. Tom Myers returns it to the 47-yard line.
Tommy Myers, the 8-year veteran from Syracuse, the only experienced man in that secondary, playing free safety the way you should. He had 6 interceptions last year. None any bigger than right now. Here's the play action. And Bartkowski went to the well once too often. He's trying to go long down the middle. And look at Tommy Myers playing free safety right there.
Last year on opening day against Minnesota, Myers had 3 interceptions right here at the Superdome. He has returned this one just short of the 46-yard line. Archie Manning brings him up. Muncie and Galbraith are the setbacks. Bartkowski's first interception, first time he's been intercepted today. Galbraith got inside the 45 to the 44 for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Greg Brzezina, Dewey McClain made the stop.
I got you saying to Russell Erxleben, welcome to the pros, kid. You've kicked 2 field goals already, and you've got a chance really to be a hero in your first pro game. I know the Butterflies are going through his whole body right now, Lindsey. It's a position that a kicker likes to be in if he's got the guts to handle it, and I think he can.
Spoken by a fellow who was a kicker for the Green Bay Packers. Try to draw to Muncie. And that is no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8 at the 44-yard line. Robert Pennywell and Greg Brazina were there.
Being a little cautious right now, just trying to break Muncie on one of those little quick traps.
This is not, of course, a championship playoff nor the Super Bowl, so the sudden death period extends for 1 quarter. First team that scores by any means wins the football game, but the sudden death period ends at the end of a quarter. Blitz. Manning. And it is incomplete. Intended for Wes Chandler. Just an incomplete one. It'll be 4th and 8 now at the 44. Punting unit comes on. Ertzleben does the punting.
I know Archie didn't like that call. You can see that he's a little bit disgusted. He had that one back, I think. Try to get that first down. Oh, it's so important to get a first down in that situation instead of going for the home run ball.
Pearson is deep. I beg your pardon. Rickman is deep.
Ertzleben, 2 punts, 36.5 yards average today.
Ertzleben now puts it up. Fair catch signal goes up. They let it go, and it's going to be down. But the penalty markers are all over the ballpark. Penalty markers everywhere. As Rickman,
great kick, Lindsey.
Let it go.
They had a hang time of 4.6 seconds on that punt. Plenty of time to get down and cover.
So the officials are in conclave here now.
Atlanta are coming up. That has been a great series. Want to show you the last play. It was overtime. New Orleans was set to punt. Russell Ertzleben was back. Here's how Lindsey Nelson described it.
Hey, the snap goes over the head of Ertzleben. Ertzleben picks it up and tries to throw it. It's intercepted and is taken in for a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
The Atlanta-New Orleans game is always unbelievable. We'll be checking in at the site as the NFL Today continues on CBS in just a moment.